Hello there guys and welcome or welcome back to the channel. Right, so we have a new Alliance War season starting and this war finished yesterday. Now I could not upload it yesterday because up until the very last moment it was neck and neck and the winner wasn't clear, and I didn't want to upload war with a concrete conclusion. And obviously in the afternoon we had all the news dump, and then I ended up uploading a ton of champion reviews and buff breakdowns. So I just decided to upload it today. Either way, ASR is up against GT40, and GT40 is very strong alliance. Now, we have had a lot of extremely close wars, and we do manage to win most of them, but they're always very tight, very close, and we know for a fact that we're going to have to play our best. Now, on the other side, on the flip side, unfortunately, Season 26, we did not see any changes at all to Alliance War Season, and it's understatement to say that the war feels stale. So it is actually kind of playing tricks with me, because no matter how much I try, I just can't bring myself to care enough about Alliance War right now. And I don't mean it in a intellectual way. I understand the importance of it, and obviously I still do want to win, and my brain processes information as it always does, but my heart's just not quite in it at the moment. I do hope Kabam does something about Alliance War, and fast. And meanwhile, I just need to work on my own personal, I don't know, engagement in the game mode, because otherwise I will be a liability to my alliance, and if they are watching right now, I'm probably gonna get smacked for even talking like this. Either way, let's switch cameras. I'm going to jump to the other side of the screen so you can see GT40 ASR. My team today is Human Torch, Quake, and Magic. Fight number 1 is up against Magneto. And obviously, as at the start of every war, we're going to be putting on some boosts. I'm actually a very solid position when it comes to boosts themselves. Only boosts that I would really want to acquire in some external fashion outside of regular bundles would be some health boost. I don't think I have enough health boosts. But other than that, I'm fairly well stacked for this season. And yes, so first off, we're up against Magneto. Now, this node, I believe, has aggression, fury, and strike back. So with most champions, the fight can get dicey. I'm not the biggest fan of fighting aggression fury nodes, especially if the opponent sometimes can get passive, and it just can get out of hand very quickly. But Magic obviously absolutely power locks the opponents down, therefore you can always remain aggressive, and they never have a chance to gain a lot of fury buffs. Now, in any other fight, again, I would have dexed that Magneto's level 1, and I'm fairly proficient in it. But again, just because it's Alliance War, I don't want to make any unnecessary mistakes or take any unnecessary risks, so I decided to take that level 1 on the block, just so there is absolutely zero chance that I make a mistake and get that bleed on me and get damaged even further. But other than that, here we can see that Magic's power lock had failed once again, and that is a fairly frequent thing that I notice in almost every fight. Now, either something has changed with Magic, which I don't think has happened, or I think it has more to do with challenger rating, because 6-star rank 3s have higher challenger rating, and if I'm not mistaken, higher challenger rating, or when you're going up against champions with higher challenger rating, you kind of have higher chance for your abilities to fail, if I'm not mistaken. I seem to recall something about challenger rating and ability accuracy. So it might be just the simple fact that 5 stars going up against rank 3 6-star. But yeah, I'm not 100% on that. Anyhow, now we're going to be going up against Hitmonkey, and none of my champions are really like excellent counters to this fight, but thanks to Power Focus 1 node, I don't really have to bother baiting out special attacks, and he's pretty much never going to reach level 2. And on top of that, Hitmonkey is actually very straightforward fight if you don't knock him down. So I could have brought in Quake, honestly, and just went for regular combos. Now here I do make a mistake. I shouldn't have gone in to punish that, so I got parried after punishing his level 1. I'm not gonna do that again. Gave me a bit of a scare then, but it's all good. So 30 seconds in the fight that Hitmonkey is pretty much down now. Hitmonkey's health pool is just pathetic. And this was a rank 5, so yeah, the fight did not last long at all. Now, here we're gonna approach a problem point of the war, because I did have to long story short, and I'm not making any excuse, I have been having trouble sleeping recently. And because the fight was not open and I was scheduled to take the Dr. Doom, I went ahead and took my sleeping pills. And then in the end, the fight did open up, but I was genuinely already kind of like half docile. So anyhow, I still have boosts active. I'm going to put on 150% Mystic boost. And then what else I put on? I think I put on 8% special damage boost, and then I carry on with a power start 1 boost just to make sure I can power lock the Dr. Doom from very start. Now this fight definitely is going to be somewhat messy, and I actually underestimated this fight. Now, with hindsight being 2020, and for any future time that I take this fight with magic against Dr. Doom, I would definitely 100% put on max recoil, or at the very least half suicides. As in no poison but bleed suicide actually. Because this Doom is tanky. So I took 2 hits in a block, 3 hits in a block, and I'm at 91% health. Another parry, 88% of the health. Another parry, 85% of the health. So you can see that every parry deals 1200 damage. And when we're comparing the health bars, I'm actually losing here. Also managed to get that shock debuff on me, which is always an awesome thing. So I do want to run away from him for a bit till it expires. Now, obviously, Limbo can recover part of my health, but here is a choice that I kind of had to make. I could have either played risky with dashback intercepts, which I can do and I have done, but since I was getting already quite drowsy, I did not want to risk it because I just didn't feel like comfortable enough in this fight. And I wanted to play it as safe as possible. And that means, like, obviously I'm going to end up parrying a fair frequent amount. And we can see that I'm actually not recovering some health from the limbos as well at times, which is quite odd. So you can pause the video and rewind, but there are instances when my limbos just do not recover any health at all for me. Now here I went back to 68%, it all worked perfectly. Here I get smacked, obviously this one is my own fault, and that made this fight pretty much much harder. But anyhow, I'm still in the fight. I obviously have to be very careful. Now, I do not want to parry much, but I kind of feel like I have to. And here is the biggest thing that I did underestimate in this fight. I did underestimate the tankiness of the Doom. My entire level 2, both hits of level 2, do like 4k damage combined. That's how tanky the guy is. Like, I hardly ever crit, and they do like 4k damage per level 2. And that's just crazy low. Combined with 12k parry damage. Sorry, 1200 parry damage. This fight ain't looking too good. I'm below on the health bar race to Dr. Doom, and I'm getting actually quite worried at this point. But I definitely still know I'm in it. I definitely know I can still do this. I just need to make sure that whenever I do parry, I have Limbo active, ideally, and that will help me recover some health. And here he's at 25%, so pretty much for first time in the fight, I'm ahead of the health bars. But here power lock hasn't applied once again, and I trigger power snack, and that also triggers the shock debuff, which makes this fight again more complicated. But he's at 13%, I'm at 21%, so I parry him here, everything's fine. He goes at 12%, and I slipped down to 18%, and my parry failed due to assassins. And first war is the first death. So I was very close. Obviously, I did not play it perfect at all by any means. I could have done much better job. And that's on me. But another part of this fight is that it was very long. And yeah, if I had to do it again, I would definitely put on half suicides for this fight. I wouldn't even consider. I would not want to do this fight with magic against a rank 3 6-star Doom without half suicides. So unfortunately, that's a fairly catastrophic start of the season. But it is what it is. Now I do have to deal with my section 2 fights. I'm not up with any mini-boss in this war. But still, I need to get these section 2 fights out of the way. Luckily, I don't really need magic for anything else, so I'm just gonna Since this is a rage fight, actually I make another mistake. I just remembered it. Almost forgot. Anyway, so I did apply health boost, but I have taken off majority of my offensive masteries. And that is because this is a rage node, and obviously I do not want that rage to trigger. I do not want him to get any furies and let him hit harder or go unblockable. But Human Torch does this fight extremely, extremely well. I will make a mistake at some point. I think I'm going to end up eating level 1, which is, again, yeah, at the very beginning, totally on me. But again, I'm using a rank 3 6-star Human Torch. I do have my bigger health boost active, and my smolders are growing. So apart from this one mistake I made at the beginning, rest of the war is going to be, rest of the fight is going to be A-okay. Just reparry heavy attacks, and that's it. Reparry heavy attacks. No special attacks needed. Will not be using those, so just reparry. Again, another smolder. Temperature's high, smolders are growing, but damage output keeps going up and up and up. And yeah, I have no need for those offensive masteries in this matchup. Either way. So we can see that Human Torch is definitely doing a fantastic job. That Iron Man Infinity War is at 35%, and obviously I'm hitting harder and harder with like pretty much every smolder that I have. Well, I'm not hitting harder. My damage over time debuffs are doing more and more damage. So I'm gonna reparry once again, and he has like 4 incinerates there. We can see that they're ticking him off to what, 7%, 9%, and yeah, there's not much left. So last few percent, and the fight's over a minute and a half. I did make that one stupid mistake, but that's it. Still finished the fight comfortably. And next up, Annihilus, and I'm going to be using Quake for this fight. And I realize I don't really need my crit masteries or anything like that with Quake. But the thing that I did forget, was I didn't apply any of the regular boosts. I didn't apply any attack boost. I didn't apply champion boost. I only have the health boost active, and this is obviously a jacked Annihilus. Now, versus Quake obviously doesn't strike the opponent, therefore I had no need for precision and cruelty. But I could have used the boosts here, and this is just a horrible start of the season for me, and a perfect example of me as well. Obviously, I want to win. I want to do everything correctly, and I know what has to be done. And this wasn't a case of me not wanting to use the boost. I just forgot something that I would never forget otherwise. Because typically I'm much, much, much more focused on the task at hand, and I just don't make mistakes like that. I don't get killed by Dr. Doom in a long fight. I don't forget to put my boosts on. I don't randomly eat the level 1s from Iron Man Infinity War. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Alliance War is not in a great state. And that is most often my favorite game mode. It's probably majority of the reason why I still play the game. And it's just quite sad that it's been reduced to what it is right now. So obviously I will still keep uploading my Alliance War videos. Hopefully I can fix my mindset, get into a bit more positive mindset, and I don't know, try and enjoy the remainder of the season. Obviously 11 more wars to go. But it's just, I don't know. I was really hoping, praying and begging that Kabam does something about this game mode that felt so stale and dull already for the past couple of seasons. And here's the reason why I couldn't post the war results. Here we can see that basically with 5 and 6 fights left in the war, we had 1 death lead, but obviously 1 death is absolutely nothing, and 1 mistake can change the war. We could have tied, and anything could have happened. So I did wait till the war ended. We ended up winning this war by 1 death, I believe. I actually didn't double check, but yeah, it was pretty much 1 death all the time. And luckily, my death didn't cost us the war, and luckily ASR did start the season with a win. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the war video, and if you did, then hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the good buttons. Also, hope the best to GT40 for the remainder of the season. They are a very strong alliance, so best of luck to them making the top 3. But yeah, that is me done for now, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. Laters. did with... Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information